I'm Mike of Boxing Strength TV. Today I got a video for you guys on something just without fighter safety and my opinion on what needs to be done in USA boxing, pro boxing, worldwide. And just, this is just, you coaches out there, you should listen. And, I haven't really, like lately, last few years, I haven't coached shit. I really haven't. I just, have done other avenues of just with my life, trained athletes outside of boxing and MMA. But I'll go I'm just going to give you guys a quick, because I've had this channel for 5 years and never actually gave any of my background on here. When I started coaching around 2007, 2008, I had a blown out knee, just coming back from overseas. Shit happened. Tried to do the college wrestling thing, didn't work out. Hate school anyway. So then I just went straight to the MMA boxing gym, to do it, because it was really popular. I was just like, I was younger. I was in, my early 20s, so I was just like, fuck it, I gotta, do it. And, did the sparring, did the jiu-jitsu, all that shit. And most of the time, I just always end up coaching everybody, every time. Like, I don't know why, so I guess I have that way with people. So, I started really buckling down on the coaching, trained hundreds and hundreds of people, probably from 2008 to about 2014, 15. I probably trained at least fucking 500-600 people. Just a lot of them that were, pros, amateurs. They were all fighting. They were all in the gym. Maybe I wasn't in the corner, but, I was a big part of the camp. I still wasn't 100%, like, it was just a hobby. It's been a hobby. But, I picked up some things along the way. And being overseas in Iraq, I kind of, learned back then, before I even went into this, about, head trauma, CTE, shit like that. So I already came, when I first got in the game, like, I already knew that, all right, if I have a guy, this is how many rounds he's going to spar, and we're just going to keep him healthy through camp. And then we're going to let it all out in the fight. That's always been how I've always coached my guys, and I've had a lot of success. I've trained a lot of good guys. Like, it's just not, I just don't fucking put them on YouTube. I've only had this thing for 5 years. So, in the last 5 years, I've been pretty inactive. So, so basically my thing is, what a lot of people, because now I'm getting back in the game, internationally, I'm getting somebody to the States as we speak, and, I gotta tell their coach, we gotta cut down those rounds. They're beating the shit out of each other, okay? That's a problem. That's a problem in USA boxing. That's a problem in American pro boxing. That's a problem worldwide. Why is it a problem? Because you don't need to be taking those fucking blows to the head. Why? Because too many things can go wrong, okay? I'm telling you, if let's say you're sparring, you got a pro fight coming up, you're a 4-rounder. Let's just go 4-rounders. Let's not get crazy. How many rounds do you really need? If you already got 30, 40 amateur fights, you already have the experience. You already have the muscle memory. You shouldn't need the rounds of sparring. Some guys need it, okay? But most of you guys, you don't, because you're just racking up too much punishment at a young age, okay? Because your brain doesn't fully develop till you're 25, so you're taking those shots, and that's only going to create problems in your future, okay? It's not only going to create problems in your future, it's going to make you chinny. It's going to make you get knocked out easier. And then when you throw in cutting large amounts of weight into it, oh, that's a fucking recipe for disaster, okay? That's another thing for fighter safety that we need to talk about, weight cutting. Most of you guys, you need to fight up at least 1 weight class. Some of you guys need to fight up 2 weight classes. You're cutting too much weight. And what that does when you cut that weight, you make the weight, you got 24 hours, your brain's not going to get hydrated regardless of what you do. So then you take those accumulation of punches in a fight, and that's just not good. It's just not good. I don't know what else to fucking say. Like, I went to the USA boxing. I don't get along with anybody, just for the record. Like, every gym I've went to, every promoter I've dealt with, every coach I dealt with, it's almost turns into a fist fight, or I get sued, or some crazy shit tries to happen. So, I'm not I'm not Mr. Nice Guy here. I'm not trying to be Mr. Tough Guy either. But I'm saying for this right here, fighter safety, I'm 100% right. You know, like even, so I did the certification through USA Boxing, went to that bullshit class, and I understand that's what they got to do. It's fine. I get it. But, like, they just brought up sparring. I mean, I think that should have been one of the main issues they needed to bring up to the coaches. Because a lot of these gyms, they just throw these kids in and they beat the shit out of each other. And you know what? I'm not looking, boxing, if you're going to make it, like it's only about 1%, just like any other sport, NBA, NFL, it's the top 1% who actually make money and then can retire for the rest of their lives. Everybody else, you're kind of shit out of luck. You better go figure out how to have a job when you're about 35, 40. So, you know, that's a misconception a lot of boxers have going in. And, you know, I don't blame them. You know, you got to go for it. You got to have the dream. But I'm just trying to, for this video, I'm just saying these shots are adding up for a lot of you guys. Like, I see it all the time. All the time. And it only creates more problems in your personal life. So basically, what's the fucking message I have here with this goddamn 6-minute video I did? Just cut down the runs of sparring. That's all you got to do. If you can do that, you do more fucking weightlifting, you do more alternative training. Like, check out my whole fucking channel. It's dedicated to this shit. I've won a lot. I've done well. I just don't get along with people. If you cut down the rounds, let's say, you know, you got an amateur fight. I would rather, as long as you got the muscle memory and you know how to throw the shots, I would rather you go in there and then, you know, get birthed by fire than have fucking 30 rounds in. Because I hate coaches that say, well, you need at least 30 fucking 40 rounds in before this camp. No, you don't. You really don't. Because all that's doing is draining you. Especially if you're cutting weight, you got a family, or you have school, or whatever it is. It's not healthy. It's not worth it. And that's it. I'm just kind of, it's fucking 100 degrees out. This topic I've always tried to like let people know, like, this is what you need to do, but no one listens. No one listens. And then you wonder why people are going to have all these fucking problems after the boxing career. Like, hey, I told you so. You know, it's just life. And, you know, there's one thing you can do right now. It's just cut down the sparring. If you can cut down the sparring, find good sparring partners, it's going to make your boxing career 100% better. And that's really it. The only other advice I have for people in boxing, MMA, would be maybe go down to 10 rounds. I think 10's enough. And I actually think people should fight for world titles a lot faster. I don't think you need to fight fucking 20 people in Mexico, and then next thing you know, you're fucking getting a world title shot. Like, that doesn't make any sense. The best guys should fight the best guys within the first 10 fights, and then, you know, let the cards fall where they may. But boxing's corrupt. It's a shitty business. It's way worse than UFC. UFC, they take care of their guys. I mean, at least Dana White. It's a great organization. They pay them way good from the top to the bottom. They're covered with insurance. It's just, it's like night and day. Like, there's people right now, I'm trying to transfer from boxing to MMA right now because of, you know, the bullshit in boxing, and people will never learn. So yeah, smaller gloves could be it too, because then more knockouts would come, and more knockouts early would actually be better, in my opinion, than knockout in like round 11 or 12. I just think 12 rounds are too much. Really, I really do. And I'm just doing this for fighter safety. But hey, let's say we do 12 rounds, okay? Because that's probably not going to change. Then just like work on your sparring for the camp. Like, if you got a 12-round fight, you better have all that sparring in at least 10 to 12 days before. Like, you don't want to spar week of, or that Sunday, and the fight's on Saturday. I fucking hate guys that do that shit. I like guys, you know, if you're going to spar one last time, do it 10 to 12, 14 days out. And then, you know, roll the dice. Because you're going to be a lot healthier. Okay? Because when you spar that close, too much to go wrong. Ask Anthony Joshua. I mean, that's the word. He got knocked out like a couple weeks before, or a week before. That fucking, you know, and Ruiz got on that chin, and he was done, man. He was toast. So maybe that was the problem there. I don't know. But, you know, this is just an important topic for me to get it off my chest. It's like the fucking 5th video I've done on it. And, you know, hopefully somebody listens and, you know, it helps you in your boxing career which I believe it will, like in the ring, and then after your boxing career, outside the ring. Because CTE and fucking traumatic brain injury, you don't want that shit. You want to live your life. You don't want all those punches, because I've been around long enough, guys, where I've seen it. I've seen it firsthand. I've seen the bad things it can do. So that is it, guys. Damn, 10-minute video. Yeah. All right. Well, you know, cut down the sparring. Do more weightlifting, do more alternative exercise, smile, be happy, live your life, and good luck in your career.